Hi, Jordan. Thanks for being here today.
Yep, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So, we're going to talk about your quitting smoking, right?
Yeah.
And before you came, I had you fill out an assessment that had you take a look at your smoking habits. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Uh, the habits, it kind of just, it was surprising filling out the application, actually seeing how much I actually smoked, because it's one of those things that's become such an integral part of my life that it's just kind of one of those things that just kind of I go through and don't really think about.
So, you don't really think about how much you smoke now.
Yeah.
So, you haven't always smoked a full pack of cigarettes a day?
No, it first started as kind of a social thing when I would be out with friends or out with family, just have a cigarette here and there. And it's kind of just grown into a thing where it's grown into smoking a full pack a day.
So, when you first started, it was a lot less, and it's
Yes,
progressed into
yes.
more. How What would benefit you from quitting? Why did you choose to quit?
Uh, I've already started to see some health problems. I've actually already lost a couple of teeth due to smoking.
Hmm.
So I'd like to stop any of those health problems from getting worse or new health problems arising in the future.
And for you, what would make it difficult to quit? Why don't you want to quit?
Losing the whole social aspect of smoking. I work in a bar, which allows me to smoke and allows patrons to smoke there. And since all my friends and all my family smoke, I would kind of lose that sort of thing and kind of be seen as an outcast through that.
So what I'm hearing you say is that on one hand, the health problems need to be taken care of, and so you need to quit. But on the other hand, there's a social aspect that you enjoy about with smoking.
Yes.
So since we're going through quitting smoking, and you know that that's something that you want to do, what would motivate you and keep you pushing towards that goal of quitting?
Uh, Probably having family's emotional support and even having them take the same steps that I'm trying to take to quit smoking.
So if you found somebody who was also willing to quit smoking, that would make it easier for you.
Yes.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how willing are you to quit smoking?
I'd say about a 6.
A 6. And why didn't you say a 5?
Uh, Being that I've already seen health problems with it, I'm willing to definitely try and go through with it more than I have in the past. Because in the past, before I had any health problems show up, it's kind of been one of those things. Oh, I've got time. Oh, I don't need to do this right now. Oh, I can do this next weekend, or
Sure.
just constantly pushing it off. But now I feel like,
What would make it a 7?
uh, again, having family members also attempt to quit smoking alongside me, or even just having their emotional support would motivate me to take on quitting.
So it sounds like that your friends and family support is really important to you.
Yes.
If you had the option of talking to somebody or being in a group who was also trying to quit smoking, is that something that might motivate you also?
Uh, I've never looked into it a lot, but I'd be open to it.
You'd be open to something like that. Is that something that would help you choose a quit date if you knew that there was a meeting or a group or a counseling session that you had to go to?
Oh yeah, I feel like that would help.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how ready would you be to schedule that meeting?
Uh, I'd say about 7 or 8.
7 or 8. What would make it a 9?
Um, Again, having family members uh, try and quit with me and try and set the same quit date so that I know I wouldn't be going through the struggle of quitting alone, and I know that there would be people I'm close to also going through the same thing and trying to meet the same common goal.
Okay, I hear. So what I'm hearing you say is having the friends and family and also having that scheduled quit date is something that would work. Is there anything that makes you nervous about quitting?
Uh,
Go.
like I've already said, losing
Go.
that social aspect of smoking and having a cigarette with family and friends and while I'm at work.
Have you tried to quit before?
Uh, Not really avidly tried to quit. I've said, "Oh, I'll quit. This is when I'm gonna try and quit by," and then it's just kind of been thrown out the window.
Okay.
And going through withdrawals, noticing that was not the greatest thing, and actually it was probably the worst thing about trying to quit. Just having struggling through that.
So withdrawals kind of make you nervous.
Yeah.
Um, Now, there are some things that we can do to help with those withdrawals, and combining those with the meetings and going through this with people have shown some great success in quitting. There are nicotine replacements such as the patch or the gum or lozenge that helps with those kinds of withdrawals. Have you considered those or medications before?
Yeah, I've definitely considered those, and I'd be open to using and
You'd
trying
be
them.
open to try. So if we set a quit date and had lined up some of that family support and those meeting supports, you'd be on that ready side to going forward with quitting.
Yes.
Okay, should we set a date?
Yes.
Sounds great.
Sounds good.